think so?
Well, I was gonna say this year.
Yeah. Man, this might not want to come up. There we go.
Andre, can you talk about like Patrick McCaw and how this rookie second-round pick just seems to look very comfortable even in high-pressure moments?
Well, I mean, I think we've gotten to know Patrick really well. We know what he's capable of doing, but we've also seen why he kind of hid and dropped so late. So, we're just trying to get him to really assert himself, no matter what it is out there on the court. No matter if he's rebounding, making plays, shooting open shots. So, I mean, we've seen it for a very long time. I think in training camp, Steve saw his potential. So, really happy for him. I think he's in a perfect situation being with our team and learning how to play basketball the right way. And, he's going to be in the league for a very long time.
Not a ton of teams can throw in an assistant coach with the kind of playoff experience Mike Brown had. What did you just see from him on the sidelines during this one?
I mean, he was the MVP tonight. For us, I think, when you look at the job Mike did tonight, there were two key moments critical in the game that changed the game for us. The first one was with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left, somewhere around there. He put Andre in the game and went small. And our pressure picked up. We started to get into the ball more. We were flying around more. Then, usual substitution, I'll come out at the 6-minute mark. He actually made a 3. I'll come out at the 6-minute mark. He left us in, brought JaVale in, and JaVale brought even more energy, got a couple lobs, and that was huge. And to start the fourth quarter, where I had played the entire third quarter, he came to me and he said, yo, I'm leaving you in, because he didn't want to take Andre, Steph, myself, and Clay off the floor. So he told me he was leaving me in. And I think that was, when those decisions that he made like that on the fly shows why he's been a head coach multiple times in this league, shows why he's been to the finals, and why he's been around this league for 30 years. He was thrown into the fire. He didn't find out he was coaching until today. And to make decisions like that in a hostile environment, about to lose game 3, and to do that was pretty big time to him. So that was huge.
Mike said that Bob was going to replace him with Ron Adams if you guys didn't do better defensively in that third quarter. What changed for you guys defensively in that third, and did that joke help you in any way?
He came in the game. Once Andre came in the game, he got a couple deflections. And once he got a couple deflections, everybody picked up their intensity. And once we picked our intensity up, that's why we've been one of the best defensive teams in the league over the last 4 years. You got guys like that who come in, bring that energy, bring that force, and it took them out of their comfort zone. First half, they were real comfortable. They were hitting everything, and you got to give them some credit, but a lot of that was us, not getting into them on the switches, just letting them shoot wherever they wanted to shoot from. So Andre was really key in that, coming in that third quarter and bringing that energy off the bench that we needed down 16.
Draymond, last year at the overtime win here, seemed like you were extra emotional. Tonight, it seemed like maybe you're extra emotional. Is there something about this team that brings out an extra level, extra gear of emotion?
And they got great players. Anytime you're playing against great players, it brings out that emotion. This crowd, booing me while I'm walking off the floor in the first quarter kind of sparks you, to want to shut them up after all the extra stuff they were doing. So that kind of helps you and, get you going as well. So. It's a mixture of all of that. But like I said, when you're playing against two great players like Damian and CJ, that always bring that extra emotion and things out of you.
Not that it's anything new from Steph, but that dagger 3 in the final minute off the dribble, how difficult is that to defend? What kind of weapon is that for him?
Me or Andre?
You, I guess. You guys are both defenders.
It's tough, everything you're taught about basketball is to get back on defense and protect the paint. And even, you got guys waiting on him at the three-point line, and then he pull up 4 or 5 steps outside the three-point line. It's pretty impossible to guard, but then you start running out there at him, and, he get in the paint and finish. So, you're kind of at his mercy when he's coming down like that, and it's, that's why that shot has become a common thing over the last few years, because he can make it with consistency. As soon as guys start to run out there at him, he's going by him and getting to the rim and creating for other guys. It's definitely a huge weapon for us, and he does it at key times for sure.
When you got your second foul, I think it was, Mike was going to pull you out for a minute, but you kind of lobbied to stay in, it looked like. Did you talk him into staying in, or what happened there? Because it looked like you were waving it off.
Yeah, I was definitely waving it off. But that just goes to show the trust that our coaching staff have in us. There's so many times where you see guys wave a coach off like I'm good, and they'll still take him out. But that's the trust that our coaching staff have in us, And I know, I wave to stay in, I can't pick up that third foul, So it's a two-way street. They have the trust in us to allow us to stay in a situation like that. We got to make sure that we don't mess them over and pick up that third foul and out for the rest of the half. So, I think it was great by him and the rest of the coaching staff to have that trust. And, like I said, it's on us to hold up our end of the bargain and not get that third foul.
Last one right here. Were you all surprised when Nurkic started, and did you guys anticipate that, and what was your reaction when you found out that he was playing?
Every shoot-around we've had, we've spoken about Nurkic, possibly starting. I was definitely surprised, being that the word was he didn't practice a couple days ago. Before Game 2, you're not practicing. All of a sudden, you're throwing to Game 3 a few days later. I think that's tough. So I wouldn't necessarily say surprised. Surprised at the fact that they did it after him not practicing, but not just completely off guard like we never thought he'd play in this series. We kind of thought he would play.
Great. Thank you.